Hey, Chloe.
Hi. How's it
How are,
hanging?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good day
Ha-
today. And you?
Great day. Happy second week.
Oh my gosh. People getting sick of us yet?
I know. Probably. It's- I'm not sick of me.
Me either. I mean, me
um,
sick of you. I'm definitely sick of me and not sick of you.
the last week's video went down very well. Good response to it. I'm happy.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. People like me. Yay. Oh, should I do that too? Cheers.
Cheers. Um,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I reckon there's a lot of newcomers as well to sort of the Good Movie Monday world, thanks to you. And so I guess give people a little bit of a rundown. Good Movie Monday is the podcast that we do. You have a segment on it.
I do.
And this is our Wednesday night video where we just sit up late and chat. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Don't have to plan. Although I do have dot points today, so
Dot points.
Well, yeah, I had to be somewhat prepared. I'm a type A.
Are they, if you don't use dots and you use slashes, are they slash points?
Sure, I use slashes, so slash points. The dot points just seem like overly businessy to me, so I'm like a slash person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a good slash.
I mean, yeah. Who doesn't?
Hey, one thing I was going to ask you about last week, and
Yeah.
just forgot to. On your own podcast, Movie Night with the Richie Girls,
Yes,
you had Dave Hughes on as a guest.
I did. It was
Talk about talk,
super, super fun.
talk about that. How did that come about?
Well, we started our podcast when COVID kind of became a bigger deal. So we started in September, and this was kind of just after lockdown one, maybe two. I can't fucking remember anymore. There's been it's all blurred into one, to be honest. But we decided to do some free promotional work on our podcast. So if there were small businesses around Geelong or Melbourne who wanted a free shout out on our podcast, we were happy to do that to support the small local businesses. And one of those businesses was a comedy agency called What's the Joke? And just the nicest people. And they set us up. They said, Dave Hughes would love to come and chat to you guys. And I said, perfect. He was in The Nugget. I love that movie. Let's chat about it.
I think you mean Dave O'Neill.
Yep, not Dave Hughes, Dave O'Neill.
No.
Let's edit that one out. uh, just gonna grab this one now and just
That's the reason.
that's why it's there. Yeah, so he came on and we were there for about an hour and a half and just, chin wagged and shot the shit. And he was just the nicest, down to earth Aussie bloke you could imagine.
Yeah.
He was just perfect. Yep.
Um, I have his book. It's called
Oh, yeah.
it's called Dave Hughes Unfit for Life. And I wanted to
Funny.
I wanted thank you. I wanted to read a bit. Um because he's got his own personal notes for the cinema industry in here.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go through the whole lot, but I'll just read some slash points.
Go through some slash points, please. Yes.
All right. Number one, get rid of the movie world and Gold Coast ads. So this really dates the book because I haven't seen those in like 15 years.
Uh-huh.
Um, what is it? Then it says advertise the real starting time of the films.
Just add on 45 minutes and you'll be right.
And this one really dates the book. Get FPOS at the candy bar.
Holy shit.
I know.
When was that book written?
Oh, good. I'll have a look in a second. Then it's got make every day scab day, like tight ass
Oh.
Tuesdays.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, Your mind just went to scabs.
Yep. I'm like, oh, that's a weird request. Sure.
Gross. Improve the chalk tops.
Oh, improve them. How?
I don't know. Hang on. He says big cinemas have a problem with chalk tops. It's pretty straightforward. Not enough ice cream. They do scab on. Do they scab on these or what? I don't know.
I'm the opposite. I want more chocolate around the ice cream.
He's not a good writer.
Does he write like he speaks?
He had a dictaphone. And a couple more. Get free lollies. Get those free lollies at the cinema. And by free lollies, I mean those ones where you serve yourselves, and if you eat them on the spot, they're free.
I remember that big, huge, when you used to walk in, it had that whole wall of lollies and you used to open up the little slides. Oh, I forgot about that.
Back when kids had their snotty hands and just reached in and took them.
Just got hand, foot, and mouth from a lolly snake, and just common cold from
That's right.
a Jaffa.
Coronavirus started at Hoyt's.
Like that Wu-Tan theory. started
Hoyt's
the
High
movies.
Point.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway.
Well, that's good. I've got some slash points. Let me just bring them up here. So you wanted to talk about like movies and stuff that are coming up, or I've seen a few trailers for that Jungle Cruise one, and it's got like Emily Blunt, and of course it's got The Rock in it because The Rock is in everything. I'm just kind of sick of seeing The Rock at this point, no matter how good looking he is. I'm kind of just like, can you like give other people an opportunity, please? But probably the thing I'm most excited about that movie is Jack Whitehall is in it. And he is by far one of the funniest comedians out there at the moment. And I'm really excited to see him in that movie. So that's probably the only reason I'll go and watch it.
We had Ben and I. Ben, if you've never seen the show or heard the show, is my co-host on Good Movie Monday. We had a media screening to go to for that one, and it got cancelled because of the lockdown, and it's been rescheduled. And possibly just after this video lands, we may be seeing it again. So, fingers crossed.
You'll have to let me know because that's pretty much the only thing I look forward to seeing in that movie.
Well, I will let you know because that's kind of what I do. I watch movies and then I talk about them.
Well, I'm in the right place then. That's lucky for me.
You want the scoop.
I'm just getting really good at this YouTube stuff, I'm just like super professional.
How is it you're bouncing between whatever's in that mug and whatever's in that glass? That's talent.
The wine and the coffee? Yeah. Oh, mate, I can swing it. I'm a mum of 3. I've got to make it work.
a lot of people in the comments have said to me over the last week since the first video, like, how do you drink coffee late at night? Like, how do you do it?
Who, me personally?
Both.
Oh, you too? Well, I coffee is, well, you know how your bloodstream is like 90% like water? Mine's actual coffee. And like if I could hook it into my veins with an IV, I probably would. So
if rather than save your life, if I see you in a car accident, I'll just sort of hold my cup under there and just let it drip.
Done. I'll be happy. Even if I die, I'll die happy. So it's fine.
That's stupid.
I enjoy coffee too much. It's my life source, so I can drink it at any time, and I can 9 times out of 10 I can still go to sleep.
Yeah, me too. Doesn't keep me awake.
Yeah.
What were there other trailers that you saw?
It's not so much a trailer, it's more an article that got me really sort of triggered and a little bit just like a little bit frustrated that Zack Snyder's planning an Army of the Dead 2.
Is this the sequel to our conversation last week?
I don't think it's got anything to do with the sequels in actual fact, more the fact that it was just a garbage fire of a movie, and I don't know why there needs to be a second one.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
That's an understatement.
I didn't hate it, but I don't like Zack Snyder particularly. But it was a bit too long. Let's put it that way.
That's the good jumping off point as to what was wrong with it. Yeah. I paused it. I paused it at one point thinking, how much longer is this piece of shit got to go? And it still had 45 minutes. And I was like 2 hours in. I'm like, I gotta stop. I can't.
Yeah, it was arduous to say the least, and I think overindulgence is probably my biggest criticism of Mr. Snyder's.
Yeah, you know what? I've never really been too fussed with anything else that he's done. Everything else has been like, oh, yeah, okay, that's good. That's fine. I like it. So that's why I gave this one a shot. And I love zombies. Again, you're proving me wrong in the horror genre that I do enjoy horror because I am obsessed with zombies. And I was like, yeah, cool. Zack Snyder, zombies, this should be good. No, no, no.
Yeah, no, take or leave it for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I read that this will make you feel old because it makes me feel old. Princess Diaries turns 21 this week.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
T-
man.
Tell me you'd love Princess Diaries.
Oh, of course. Anne Hathaway, she was just everything.
Shut up.
Everything. I know, right? Mia Thermopolis. And, you know, it had Julie Andrews. It was just perfect.
See, there is a number two I don't like at all. It's horrible.
Princess Diaries 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
You're not missing anything with
So
that
it's
one, but
okay, good.
but no, I love the Princess Diaries. I watched that, by myself at the cinemas. I didn't need to have kids with me.
Yeah, good. Good on you, man.
And it's like Gary Marshall Schmaltz. I'll take that any day.
Uh-huh.
But
No, it's a good one. That transformation where she's had like, and I was just like, oh.
And you can't go wrong with Elizondo, yeah, as the man sex guy.
I'm a good
Oh,
manservant.
There was another Disney one, Alice in Wonderland. That's 70 today.
Oh man, the original.
Yeah, the Tim Burton one.
I would be surprised. That dude's been around forever. Kind of looks like it too. I should be ripping on people's looks. That's not a nice thing to do. I'm sorry, people.
Oh, dearie. What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh.
Hang on, before you finish that, I just want to clarify to people watching, I'm rubbing my leg, not doing anything. I just realised.
We're on a Zoom chat now, Glenn. Okay, you gotta watch yourself, buddy. Just tilt it up a little. Elbows down.
That looks even worse. I need to just Anyway, continue.
It's ironic. Probably my favorite Disney movie is The Little Mermaid. Got good songs, got, that flaming red hair. I'm obsessed with red hair. Love it. Love a good ginger. And the ironic thing about it is that I'm totally and utterly petrified by open water and the ocean, and I can't actually go in the ocean and be a mermaid. And so I think that's why I love it even more, because it's like unattainable, even though it's a cartoon, you know what I mean? This is embarrassing. And then moving on, I like Aladdin as well. Aladdin is probably straight after that.
So you're kind of your Renaissance era Disney classics.
Yeah. Cool. Early 90s. Well, I think Mermaid was 89. And I'll tell you, my very first copy of The Little Mermaid was on VHS that my uncle got from me from a video rental place. Mm-hmm. And it was in the clearance bin. So he bought that for me. And it was my most treasured item. And I still have it somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is.
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, I thought so.
Any story that derives from a video store is a beautiful story.
Loved a good video store. I spent most of my weekends at video stores.
I've got I had a blog of video store stories that I used to write from my days owning a video store, and I got told by a publisher that I should turn it into like a coffee table book, and so
Yeah,
you can't find it online anymore, but it is getting turned into some kind of publication. So look forward to that. The
that's
stories
so cool.
the stories will blow your mind.
Do you have any like cheeky snippets that you can
I'll give
tell
you.
me?
All right, so people that have been listening to the podcast for a long time will probably have heard these stories a couple of times, but I'll give you the ones that I've already sort of told people. There's the one where a guy approached the counter of a store. It was a big store, and there was like the lady working behind the counter was in her mid-50s, and he went up to her and said, "Oh, my videotapes have gotten stuck in the return chute because there was a return chute underneath the counter." And she said, "Oh, that's okay." And he goes, "No, they're stuck. You're going to have to get them so someone else can return theirs." So she reached down to get them, and he had his dick in the return slot. Yeah.
Oh,
And so she just grabbed it and just pulled it through.
oh my God, what a legend.
Yep. And the other one, similar kind of story, dick related. I worked for like a chain of video stores before I purchased one, and I was at a different location, and this particular location had a pest, like a serial pest, who used to somehow take Polaroids of his dick inside the store, and he'd put them inside cases, like covers. So they weren't discovered until like people would bring a video up to rent, and we'd open it to scan it, and there's a dick pic inside. And it went on for months, and we could never catch him. He always sort of picked a part of the store that didn't have security cameras, got away with it, and then just disappeared one day and never saw them again. But you'd have to be very careful when you're renting out children's films to parents, because it could have a dick pic inside.
Oh my God. That's the original dick pic bandit. That's fucking brilliant.
The stories, they just go on. I've got so many of them. Outrageous.
I'm buying that book. I'm buying 20 of those books for all of my friends' coffee tables. I need to read those. Holy shit.
I should hire someone to take some dick pics on Polaroid so I can put them as a picture book. Maybe a pop-up book.
Just Google it. I'm sure you'll find something.
No, but that would really enhance the story, wouldn't it? If you find a dick pic just before you got to the story.
Just in the book somewhere. Just sign it on the back.
Anyway, there's loads more, but I won't go into that.
That's brilliant. I can't wait for that. That's brilliant. All right, my last flashpoint that I have written here. Jackass Forever. There's another Jackass coming.
This has been a long time coming as well.
How
Very
excited are you?
Really excited. The trailer's fantastic. And I mean, there's a lot of juicy, salacious kind of backstory to it, particularly with Bam Margera having been fired from the film, because he couldn't get himself clean, under contract, and he's trashing them, and they're defending themselves, and it's a very messy thing. But I don't give a fuck. He's a reckless piece of shit that should know better. Won't go into that, but. This is amazing. I'm a big Jackass fan. I could just sit there and YouTube their stuff for hours on end.
There's just something about seeing Johnny Knoxville just get knocked the fuck out by some oxen or a bull or a giant hand high-fiving somebody.
That's one of my favorite sketches. The one in the third film, the giant hand in the corridor.
Yes.
That's great. And Johnny Knoxville is definitely my favorite of the Jackass guys.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
See, he's the one that puts himself on the line when everyone else pussies out. He's like, well, I'll do it.
I do like Steve-O and I do like Wee Man as well. I do like those guys.
Well, Steve-O's podcast is fantastic. I've been listening to that, and even better is the video component, the vodcast he puts on YouTube. He drives a caravan, like a trailer, or what do you call it, a Winnebago, around and just
yeah.
And he's been sort of giving little scoops on Jackass 4. It's good stuff.
I'm going to have to give that a listen because I did see that a little while ago and I never followed up with it. So I'm definitely going to have to check that out because
I think the best episode,
I do like him.
Best episode to start with is probably the one where he had Danger Aaron, and they're talking about the production of Part 4. That's good stuff.
Yep. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The only things that I can't handle are like the things with like poo and stuff. I don't like that. And when they stick stuff up their butt, I don't like I don't like that stuff. But all the stuff of them getting hurt, that's funny. I can do that.
The stuff that you don't like is the stuff that us blokes get up to when the missus are inside at a party and we're outside around the bonfire.
Don't tell me that.
It's true. It's true. I'm sure somewhere on my Facebook there's evidence.
I have 3 boys and a husband. So the fact that you're telling me this right now is just like giving me a straight shot into my future. And it's all terrifying.
You'll be inside. It won't matter.
Okay, fair enough. Point taken.
Were you a fan of Clerks? Remember Clerks?
I have seen Clerks. I'm not a huge fan. I never kind of got into it. I do like some of the stuff that Kevin Smith does. I haven't seen all of it, no.
Yeah, right. Because he announced number 3 last week, so.
I did see that as well. I've been thinking of getting into it, but I just I don't know if it's my kind of sense of humor. You tell me.
It's a mishmash because it's all over the shop. There are some that are highly worth it and some that are just garbage. Because he has what he calls the Askew-niverse, because the production company's called A View Askew. And there's a whole lot of them set in Jersey in the same universe and they cross over. Clerks is definitely worth it. That's like a masterpiece of an independent film.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing Amy is worth it because it's a really intelligent kind of drama, about sort of late 90s sexuality, all that kind of stuff. It's really good. And more.
Is that
more
the guy from My Name is Earl? Is that guy? What's his name?
Yeah, Jason Lee.
Jason Lee, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. And he's in a lot of them. I think Dogma is good, particularly if you're sort of opinionated about religion and things like that. That's a really good one because it's sort of a satire on that kind of stuff. And that's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Yeah, there's a few good ones, but then you got turds in there as well. So Clerks 2 is terrible, and yeah. Anyway.
A sequel that you didn't enjoy? Dun, dun, dun.
There are lots.
I'm just joshing. Kevin Smith movies have been on my mind a lot actually because an actor that I enjoy watching is in a few of them and I've been wanting to go and watch them and I thought, well, I may as well watch, all of his stuff. So they've all been on the list.
Wouldn't it be Justin Long, would it?
I know.
Tusk is fantastic. Watch Tusk. It's excellent.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard it's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but that doesn't make it awful. I think a lot of people there are a lot of people that go into movies based on hype and stuff like that, and I think they misunderstand the entire intention of the film to begin with. Some people say, "Oh, that movie was so fucking hokey." It's like, well, yes, that's the premise of it is hokey.
Okay, all right, I'll watch it. If I can't, if I can't sleep for a week, I'm blaming you.
Oh, it's not that kind of horror movie. It is not that kind of horror movie.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Well, it's a very hokey film. Disturbing, yes, but not horrific. The second one in that trilogy was Yoga Hosers, which he had his daughter in with Johnny Depp's daughter. And that film is connected by Johnny Depp's character.
Okay.
And there's a third film coming out as well, which is Moose Jaws, but whether that actually happens or not is another question.
There you go.
I know your opinion on sequels. What do you think of prequels?
I haven't really given them much thought. If we're talking things like Lord of the Rings, prequels are good. I like The Hobbit. If we're talking like Harry Potter, prequels are good. I like those movies.
So if they're prequels I like them.
If I like them, then yes, I agree with them.
There were two.
I think the whole reason you know what? Thinking on it, I do think that I like prequels because it's getting you introduced to the characters that you know and love. where I feel like, and I know we're not going to get into this argument again, usually a sequel deviates from that, which is what I don't like. So I feel like most of the prequels that I have watched are just like a little bit more background into the characters you already know and love. So I think I'm going to say that I like prequels.
Cool. There were 2 announced last week. Grease is getting a prequel,
Oh,
which that one's going to Paramount Plus, which is their streaming platform, and that's
yes.
what's it called? Rise of the Pink Ladies. So it's all about, it takes place 2 years before Grease and before the Pink Ladies and the T-Birds dominated the school. So it's all about how they came to prominence.
I'll watch that.
Why not? And the other one was Jurassic Park prequel about John Hammond building his empire.
Okay.
I can buy that one because
Okay.
the Jurassic Park kicks off with him having a vision and he's already built
Yeah.
a certain point of it. I kind of think you could make a serious sort of business and political drama out of that.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Anyway,
There's an
I'll,
example of a sequel that I did like.
what's that?
The
Jurassic
first,
Park.
the first, yeah. Yep.
You liked Lost World.
Is that the first one that Chris Pratt did?
Oh, Chris Pratt started in part 4.
Okay, that one. I like that one.
Okay, cool. Did you like part 5?
No.
No, neither did I. That was terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, but I am
That's just
looking
an
forward
example
to
of them
part
dragging
6.
it on again for no reason.
No, I think there's good reason. I think there's plenty of world to explore that was established from the first 2 films at least, maybe even the third one. But and Jurassic World was kind of like a rehash of the first Jurassic Park, just to bring new audiences into the story. And then they could have done so much more with number, let's say 2/5, because it's a new trilogy. But number 3, I'm looking forward to because it's about the creatures getting out beyond the islands.
You'd think they would have learnt from just the first time. I mean, like, learn from your mistakes, people. You don't need 5 movies to back it up afterwards.
Well, that's a social commentary on the ignorance of man. But this new one has the reprisal of Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill, and
Oh, okay. Well, I can get behind that because that's bringing characters back in that I enjoyed and I love. So that I can get behind.
Cool.
And who doesn't like Goldblum?
Yeah, exactly. One more sequel to talk about. Antonio Banderas just joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5.
I heard that. What are your thoughts? Oh, you're doing a happy dance. You like that?
I love that. Big Indiana Jones fan. As you can see here, I've got The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So, got the TV show there. I just love, a lot of people don't know that Indiana Jones, right from the start, when he made Raiders of the Lost Ark, was supposed to be 5 films.
Whoa.
It was designed as 5 films, and they only got to number 3 initially, and never went any further until they came back with Crystal Skull. So I'm looking forward to this one.
You mean Indiana Jones in the case of the big garbage trash fire that was that movie?
I'm the lone defender of that one. I'm the lone defender. And I go on about this a lot, and it's no news to anyone that follows my work. And I have an article defending the film, so I don't have to go into it. But I don't think it's a hot garbage fire at all.
He's still going to call you my friend.
Here's the thing: the original trilogy, right, was supposed to be Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and then Last Crusade was originally going to be a haunted castle film, like a horror-ish kind of haunted castle film.
Yep.
And then the next 2 were going to be Mars Attacks type of films set in the 50s, and they were going to be a play on those comic book serial films of the 50s. So you had the 1930s serials that they were trying to emulate with the first ones, and then they're going to do the 50s ones, and it just never came to be.
He was just too busy being Blade Runner and, everything else.
Yeah, but I know a lot of the concepts there did end up in the TV show. So there's a Haunted Castle episode and stuff like that.
So do you have a favorite Indiana Jones?
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, didn't that one get raked through the coals when it came out? Like it was just considered terrible?
Yeah, Spielberg himself says it's one of his least favorite films that he's made, and the only good
That's
thing to come of it
crazy.
was his wife. I think it's almost a masterpiece. I think it equals Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think it's as good, but I think it takes it into much darker places, which is a welcome thing in the franchise.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go. There's a part 2 and prequel. It's a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, so
Just nailing it. Just nailing this theme this episode.
well, we've run the clock out, so good
Oh,
way
no
to
way.
finish it.
I reckon so. Yeah, I'm excited to watch the new Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, forget about Crystal Skull. Like, just any Indiana Jones arrives on the
I
big
will.
screen, you're gonna go watch it.
Yeah, 100%. I'll watch anything with Harrison Ford in it, to be honest with you. I think he's brilliant. And yeah, I'm excited for this one.
If there are going to be comments in the video this week, then watch them pile on the hate.
No, don't hate.
Garbage fucking trash of a film.
If you're going to hate on anybody, just hate on Tim Burton. That'll do.
That ugly mofo.
Yeah. An ancient movie making man.
He might be the relic in the next Indiana Jones film.
Didn't he cheat on Helena Bonham Carter as well? Yeah, I think that guy can get fucked. Sorry, Tim Burton. He fucked with Willy Wonka too, so I mean, he can definitely like just go. I'm saying the F word a lot in this episode. I'm really sorry.